What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at one of the coolest rings maps I've seen in recent years. This thing looks amazing, and I just wanted to kind of showcase it and talk a little bit about the Christmas season and love a little bit. So that's what we're going to get doing. Alright, here we go. So I chose this map because I really thought it was just super beautiful. Like I was looking through all the different rings maps, and I've always kind of enjoyed these. They're pretty fun. Getting to just practice aerialing and flying through things helps with control. And I just felt like this one was very different from most that I've seen. It's just got a very unique style that I really appreciated, and I don't know, it's just very interesting and very, very different. I like the stars and the asteroids everywhere. It's very, very fun, very cool, very pretty, like very, very visually stunning. Especially something designed in Rocket League. This uses a really old engine for coding the game, so it's harder to design things. So it's really impressive to see how these people are able to design all these maps. Okay, now for the spirit of Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. The Christmas season is super fun, getting to spend time with family and friends and really show one another that we appreciate each other. And I think that's why I really wanted to yap a little bit about love as I was going through this video today. I feel like love is one of those parts of life that's just so essential and something that's super valuable. How we interact with one another and what it really means. There's many different forms of love. There's romantic love. There's the just brotherly love, sisterly love. Family love, where it's different. Because it's those that you have grown up with. And I find it so interesting to think about all the different versions of it and how I interact with it. I know my siblings are people that I truly do love, but it's not at all in the romantic sense, of course. And it's interesting learning how to interact with that as I've grown up, and learning how to deal with all of the different struggles of life. Because I think love is one of those concepts that's really complicated and really difficult to understand at a deep sense, and how you interact with different people through that love. Because everyone is different. Everyone has different things that they need in regards to how you treat them, and everyone reacts to different things you say differently. And so you kind of have to learn how to love everyone in different ways, which is really interesting to me. It's never something I really anticipated as I've grown up, but it's something that's so important, like a core part of our lives every day. And so I just wanted to talk a little on that and my experiences with it as we go through this map. And this part's a little tough. It's going down. Down's always the hardest for whatever reason. I just always felt like love for me has been defined somewhat by the truth of just speaking truth to people. Because while I do think there's positives in affirming people and supporting those through the things that they're doing, truth is really important too. You don't want to mislead someone. Is something I've found. Like if you truly care about someone and you love them deeply, you want to be honest with them so that they can hear what you really think and hear the truth if that's what you're trying to speak to them. And that's something that's very different. And culturally, I've seen people struggle with a lot. It's just affirming people's beliefs without backing them in truth. And that's something I think we have to be really weary of. It's really thinking about what we are saying through the lens of what we believe to be true. And if we believe it to be true, then we can think about affirming it. But if we don't believe it to be true, we don't know if it's true, if we don't know the context behind it, then we have to really think about what we're saying and go and research and understand better what we're thinking so that we can really speak truth to people. Because I feel like that's the deepest form of love, and at least that's what I've experienced in life and with my family and friends. It's those really deep friendships that I've had are always the ones that I speak truth to, and that I love in that sense, really deeply. And that doesn't have to be relationships. It doesn't have to be in a romantic sense at all. Although I think in a romantic sense, it should be a requirement to speak that kind of truth to people if you want it to last long. And that's kind of my goal in life, is to have if I have a relationship. Currently I don't. I have in the past, but if I have that kind of romantic relationship, I want it to be one based in real deep truth and honesty with one another, so that it can be something that really lasts. Because I find that dishonesty doesn't foster long relationships, and I care about people, and I want people to know that I care about them, and I want it to be something that they feel that I connect with them and genuinely like express those that care to one another. Because I also feel like that's the most fun I've had, is whenever I really know someone and I can really have fun with them and trust them and not worry about dishonesty with them. That's the most fun, because then you can just be free to be who you be yourself, make jokes and have fun and not worry. And so that's kind of my premise with love, is like that kind of relationship that I have with people, and how I can foster those relationships and how I can build those. And that's difficult. That takes a lot of practice. It's like knowing how to build those relationships in such a way that you really can truly experience true like love for those people. And I think it's interesting socially as we experience love, especially in relation to guys. I think there's a lot of pressure of like being tough and being manly, and love being a kind of more feminine word, or maybe more a word that's not as accepted for guys to utilize. And I think in some respects that's wrong, because when I think about like caring for someone, I don't see it in a sense of like I think it's one of the most difficult things that you can do. It's like truly caring for someone and truly thinking about them and showing them your love for them in a deep sense. I think it's by far the most difficult thing I've ever done, is like having that kind of relationship and putting my own wants and desires aside so that I can care for someone is difficult and never very easy. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this little spot. It's cool. And having that kind of like responsible and caring attitude towards people, in any sort of friendship, in any relationship you have with someone, whether that be romantic or not, that's the most difficult thing I've found. And if we're talking about tough as being difficult and being like able to handle tough things, I see that as the toughest thing you can do, you know, like being capable of having a deep relationship with someone and caring about them daily and choosing to love them even when you don't want to always, and you don't want to treat them well. You want what you want, but understanding that you have the capacity to love them anyway and to be stronger than those emotions. Because I feel like love is one of those that always gets like confused with emotion, and I do think they're very different. I think love is more of a daily practice. It's a daily discipline of like caring for people and choosing to be kind to them, where emotionally like romance and some of the like affection and infatuation is a big one. Those are more emotional based, where it's like how you're feeling in the moment. And I don't think that's the way love should be approached, in the sense of that those emotions do not last. They do not last longer than sometimes even a day, honestly, sometimes months. But those emotions are temporary. And if they're temporary, that means that nothing is going to last if it's based on those emotions. Kind of like the foundation that you build a house on, you know. If you build a house on concrete or solid rock, it'll last. But if you build something on sand, the sand will eventually blow away and the house will fall. So those kind of things with like how you handle emotion and love and how they're different, and having those distinctions and understanding those distinctions is difficult. But I think it's super valuable and super important. If you want to have a relationship that lasts for a long time, you have to be able to have those distinctions and be clear, especially with the other person, with those distinctions. This is more in a romantic sense. And as for just like friendships and relationships with siblings or parents, those should be based on a kind of love that does last in the same sense beyond any emotion. You could be mad at your family, but that doesn't mean you don't love them. And you must choose to be loving and try to act on it. We're going down again. Oh, this part's really tough. It goes backwards. And that's kind of the thing that I think is one of the biggest parts of love. And, you know, as I go through Christmas and getting to see all my family again and getting to hang out with them and spend time with them, that's kind of what I'm thinking in my head, is like, how can I show these people love? even whenever I'm frustrated or tired or grumpy, because, time with family tends to do that at times. But choosing to be that kind of consistent love is something that I have the power to do and the discipline to do. And if I have that kind of discipline and power, then I should be able to do that, and I should act on that. And I just think it's so valuable. Although not easy, very much not easy, especially with certain personalities. I mean, everyone's different, and there are some personalities I really struggle with, and others that are really easy for me to be around. And so there's value in trying to figure out which one speaks more to you, which one you can handle, which people are harder for you to love, but then in some respects it can be meaningful to put yourself around those people more, just so you can build that discipline of like being able to control that. And that's kind of the thing that I've really found to be very powerful as I look at life. And I really say all these things from the lens of, I find that like relationships in my life are the most meaningful things that I've ever experienced, more meaningful than any other things I've pursued or chased, any money or anything else really, genuinely, any rank in Rocket League, although it is fun to rank up. Any of those things, they can be meaningful in the moment, but they don't last. And I want to build a life that truly lasts and truly has meaningful relationship with others and shows that I care about them. And those are the kind of things that I'm trying to think about, especially during the season. We're spending so much time with family and friends, and just the freedom I have right now as I'm in break from university because of the Christmas season, a holiday break, is a time of contemplation for me in a lot of respects. Like, how can I show those that I care about, truly that I care about them, and also just build my relationships further with them. That's something that's super powerful and meaningful to others. And I've seen so many, I've seen so much joy from other people when I take the time to think about them and take the time to show that I care about them by talking to them about their day or asking them how they're doing. And it's those like daily practices of doing that for tons of people, for anyone I interact with, that it really does change their lives at times. Like, a simple compliment can do so much to help people. And, it's not that difficult to do. Like, I don't have to go far out of my way to give someone a compliment. I can just say a nice thing, and it makes their day better, and it makes them happier, and then they pass on those compliments to people. And if we can act on that is something really beautiful, of having the ability to constantly compliment and the ability to constantly support people. Is a really magical thing, and not always easy, especially with those that are frustrating. But having the power to say nice things to people that frustrate us is something that I really have been working on doing and getting better at, because we don't know their situation. Like, especially people that are really upset or angry, they have difficult things going on in life a lot of the time, and if we can do something to make their lives a little bit better, a little bit easier, the benefits for them and for us can be extraordinary. I've met people that were really frustrated with me. I think a lot about Rocket League, because obviously it's a game we're playing. When I play ranked with people and they've been frustrated or angry with me, at times if I say something nice to them, it does frustrate them. They think I'm being sarcastic. But other times, I can genuinely help them to see a different point of view and help change their perception of the game and of the things that are going on. And I think that's really cool too, is like, love can break through the boundaries of just, I don't know, I think people at times are very set in their ways, I guess, in the respect of like not willing to listen to other people's perspectives and opinions on things, and by showing them that you care about them, they're willing to listen to your opinion. And so if you can do that consistently with people, you can share your opinions and compare notes, in a sense. It's like, see what they think about life and see what you think about life, and try to build the best form of life that you can for everyone involved. And those are kind of the things that I really have been looking at with love throughout this holiday season, and I hope that y'all enjoyed this and can think more about love in your own lives. This cool little animation he's got here. This map is really beautiful. But yeah, just like looking at what love means for every person and the relationships that you've built, I think is super valuable and not easy. But definitely something that we can all improve at and grow in as we age. It's something I definitely think is worth looking at. It's a nice shot on that thing. It's funny. It's cool. Little quick chat reference. It's cool how it uses the different goal explosions too. Alrighty, well, I hope I gave y'all something to think about going in this holiday season, and I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed my future ones. See y'all.